Wasn't for Donald Trump, you wouldn't be able to be here. Joe Biden wanted to shut this place down. Yeah. You wouldn't be able to walk around not even with a mask. You know why? They want socialism.
Trump is a person.
Homeless man stands against lockdowns? Wait, what? How is this going to win the argument over with like conservatives? Don't conservatives literally think if you're homeless, like you're at the heart of conservatism remains this idea that like your level of wealth means that you're, I mean, depending on what you advocate for, of course, but like at the heart of conservatism is like this notion that if you're poor because you failed. Like it's your individual responsibility not to be poor. So those people would never in a million years like ever treat homeless people seriously. They would consider a homeless person to be less than like a person with a home.
What do you guys think about the election? You happy about this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think Joe Biden, when he gets into office, should he implement a national mask mandate? Because there's a lot of people around here that aren't wearing them.
I think the funniest part about Boo Bennett and like conservative videos is this notion that like just because you have an idea doesn't mean it's a good one. Like conservatives have got it in their heads that like, oh, as long as someone has an idea and as long as it's in agreement with me, then it's a good one. Like it's a good idea. That's not the case. There are plenty of people with fucking awful, god-awful ideas. We call them conservatives or neoliberals or liberals. Not every single person that gets to open their fucking mouth in front of a camera is actually brilliant. I mean, I am a perfect example of this. I am a very dumb doo-doo head. And yet, I open my mouth in front of a camera all goddamn day long. Doesn't make me a smart person. It makes me someone who is talking in front of a camera.
Well, since you like Joe Biden, I'm guessing you voted for him. Did you vote for him because of his gun control agenda that he's been running on during his campaign?
No.
You don't like what he wants to do?
No, I like what he wants to do, but I voted for him mainly because of environmental issues.
If you own a gun that he's going to put on a list of banned assault weapons, you either have to give it back to the government or you have to pay a $200 fine for keeping it. Is that along the lines of what you were hoping for out of Joe Biden?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Wouldn't matter to us anyways. We don't own one of those.
Would it matter to a low-income family who doesn't live in such a good neighborhood that needs those firearms to protect themselves?
Yeah, dude. Low-income families are constantly protecting themselves with high-capacity rifles, with magazines that need to be more than 30, like extendo mags. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? Yeah, low-income families are constantly like, can I get a fucking tactical, kitted out AR-15 with like literally all the bells and whistles? Like, get the fuck out of here. Low-income families, my ass. Conservatives would never allow this argument to go on if you were like, can a low-income family not get a Gucci belt? What are they gonna do without the Gucci belt? It's the same price, but a Gucci belt at least makes you feel good, makes you feel confident if you want to fucking wear it, and it doesn't kill people.
I don't believe they need those firearms to protect themselves. They can have a shotgun, they can have a rifle, they can have a handgun.
True.
Everything you just listed could be applied under the assault weapons ban. What is an assault?
That's not true. That's fucking not true. They make it seem like this is subject to interpretation. I hate that conservatives do this. Like, oh, well, what would you ban him on? Literally just whatever the fuck you want, okay? That's how the law works. This is something so insanely frustrating where it's like, oh, the pump action designation is different than like, or the AR-15 is simply the same as a handgun, and you could turn a 9mm handgun into an AR-15 if you wanted to by adding like different finishers. It's just the lower and it's the just like it just looks scary. It's not scary. It's fucking bullshit. You could literally just be like, yeah, we're no longer allowing low recoil assault weapons that we have designated as these weapons to be in this category, to be manufactured in the United States of America. If you were to say that, that's it. It doesn't fucking matter. It literally does not matter. That's how the law works. There is no like, oh, sorry. Oh no, sorry. Like, you know, we just simply can't fucking designate around these specific weapons. Like, it's so fucking dumb. I hate when gun nerds try to do that argument. How would you ban the other guns then? Like, you could just use loopholes around it. It's like, dog, you're already admitting that like you would have to create a loophole around it. And guess what happens with loopholes? You fucking plug them. All right? There it is. I bet you'd be in favor of high capacity magazines if your store was being rioted and looted by a mob of straight white men. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, Chunk Yogurt's back, dude. I bet you'd be in favor of high-capacity magazines if your store was being robbed and looted. Yeah. So many stores all around the country are being robbed and looted by, you know, I guess black men. That's why he's saying straight white men as a counterpoint. And that's why everyone needs a gun. It's only the fucking small business owners that have guns. Like, get the fuck out of here, bitch.
That's not what he's talking about. He's talking about semi-automatic rifles.
And I don't believe in those.
You don't believe in semi-automatic rifles?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, it's, again, all you need to do in this argument is be like, I don't care. Just ban them, okay? Even if it's purely on aesthetics, ban it. No more manufacturing. There's too many of it in circulation. Why are you advocating for the interests of the gun manufacturers? It doesn't matter. It's a hobby. It's a fun hobby. Just ban it. Oh, on aesthetic grounds? Ban it. Doesn't matter. Because the bump stock, even the bump stock, is technically the invention of a loophole. A bump stock does not actually turn your semi-automatic rifle into a fully automatic rifle. A bump stock uses the recoil so that it with the recoil pushback, it turns the fucking trigger into basically a hair trigger, or it essentially uses the recoil of your fucking shots to turn it into an automatic weapon. It's not actually an automatic weapon. It's still a semi-automatic weapon. Okay, ban him. It's a loophole. Ban him. See how easy that was? It's great. Trump advocated to ban those, and I think that it quietly went away.
I'm just not a gun person.
What about other people who are? Do you think they should have...
The irony, of course, is that, like, if you ask conservatives, they will literally say, like, no, you shouldn't be able to have an abortion. It's like, are you going to have an abortion? I don't even think you could. You're a dude and, you know, not like a trans dude. So what's up? They'll be like, I don't give a fuck. They shouldn't have it, right? They place themselves in other people's businesses all the goddamn time. But when liberals are doing the same thing, they're like, oh, well, that's really selfish. Well, fuck off. Yeah, it's selfish. Suck my dick, okay? Maybe you should have won the election then. How about that? That's my argument going forward. I can't believe Boo Boo Bennett is like also annoying the shit out of these like otherwise wonderful old people who are just trying to have a good day out, you know, get some fucking fresh air.
to go into debt or be left defenseless?
Why would they go into debt?
$200 per rifle, per gun, and $200 per magazine. That's a lot of money, especially for a low...
Wow. Oh no. What will these people do? How many guns are low-income families purchasing? Again, it's so dumb. Like, there are reasonable and cheaper alternatives if you need a gun for home defense. There are reasonable and cheaper alternatives, and AR-15 is not great for home defense regardless. Like, it's not a home defense gun. The AR-15 is only good if you are a smaller person and you want to kill multiple targets in succession. That's what it's good for. That's literally what it's made for. That's what it's good for. And women and children can use it, which also makes it a bit more dangerous, especially on the children front, obviously not on the women front. And that's usually how it's sold. It's low recoil. It's easy to fucking aim down the sights, and you can kill numerous targets in succession without like a magazine change. And that's it. That's what a fucking AR-15 is good for. That's why it is the designated weapon of choice for mass shooters. It's also fun to shoot these guns. Like, I admit, I don't have a problem with shooting guns. I find them to be enjoyable as long as it's done safely and securely. It's not something I hide. I think it's a hobby. It's a murder dildo. It's a murder dildo. You're not, it's fun if you want to play with it. But ultimately, you need to recognize that it's still a dildo. You can't fucking take it out in public. And also, it's still primary function of the murder dildo is to murder. So while it might be fun to play with it in specific circumstances, you still have to be careful. And it's totally reasonable to have restrictions around the murder dildo that you enjoy playing with. Because ultimately, that's what it is. You are enjoying a murder dildo.
Donald Trump won.
I agree.
No, and I don't believe Donald Trump won, and I think he's the shittest person in the whole world.
Oh,
And
wow.
Yeah.
Whole world?
Oh, wow. You said shitty.
There's not at least one person worse than him?
No.
Aw. Like, clearly there are worse people than Donald Trump in the world, obviously. I mean, clearly there are. But it's, like, cute that this old lady is just like, yeah, in her mind, Donald Trump is that bad. Okay, chill. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, you psycho? You think, like, these people think, like, regular liberals are evil demons. And then she's, like, acting shocked when someone says Donald Trump's the worst person in the whole world.
So Putin's better than him.
Putin's not an American.
You said in the whole world.
In the whole world.
Good argument, by the way.
world. I think he's worse than Putin.
Oh my gosh. You might be the
Hey, pound for pound. Again, Putin, horrible anti-LGBT oligarch, fucking sucks. Also has not killed nearly as many people as America has. So technically, pound for pound, Donald Trump still worse. There are very few leaders on the planet that will be as bad as Americans if we're talking about death, overall death and destruction. As soon as you sit on the throne of American empire, very few people are going to be worse than you. As soon as you fucking take on that role, it's over. You're like across the board, probably one of the worst people on the planet.
what has he done that's so bad?
Well, he's polluted the environment for one, so that our children and our grandchildren won't be able to live in a world that's free and of breathable air.
I mean, Donald Trump also personally has a responsibility over 250,000 Americans that have died. So whenever we talk about oh, Putin tortures LGBT folks or whatever, which is definitely a fucking argument to make about how horrible Putin is, 270,000 Americans have died. But what's up? There are very few people on the planet that are even worse to their own citizens. What if Bernie stepped in? Yes, Bernie would be responsible for more death and destruction than most other countries' leaders as well. The moment he steps in and continues the fucking agenda of our military-industrial complex.
Wasn't for Donald Trump, you wouldn't be able to be here. Joe Biden wanted to shut this place down.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to walk around not even with a mask. You know why? They want socialism. They closed off. Listen, ma'am, it's easy. It's not even hard. They've shut all the businesses down. You know what's coming next? They're going to offer you a plan to pay you every month to keep your businesses down. You believe this?
I believe they should shut
Devastating. That would be so bad.
the bowling alleys and the restaurants and the hairdressers down until we get this under control.
I don't think you quite understand, ma'am.
You don't put much of a price on life. There are millions.
Can I
of
ask
people-
why you would have?
I love this. She's a wonderful person. This is a wonderful couple. It's like making me reconsider my stances on boomers. My heart. What a thoughtful and kind person. Seriously, the way that they are talking about these issues just shows me that they are just nice people with a genuinely wholesome and empathetic worldview.
While you've been out today,
No place. We don't eat in restaurants.
so you guys are on vacation, or you just
We own a house here.
you haven't been shopping, grocery shopping, no, not in any.
What the fuck is this argument, you dumb psycho? No one is oh, we need to have shutdowns so we can't fucking eat. Yo, this is what really pisses me off. The dude in Canada, remember the barbecue guy in fucking Canada was they're letting big businesses remain open, don't you know? But they want my small barbecue store to shut down and we can't do indoor dining in my small barbecue place, don't you know? It's how are you gonna get food without grocery stores? Are you fucking stupid? Of course they're gonna fucking remain open, you dumb fuck. What are you saying? What is this argument? Shutdown means that we no longer have the need for food?
Ma'am, I'm homeless. Well, not homeless, houseless.
Okay.
Home's where the heart is. But I got just as many cards as you. You know what they're worth? Nothing. We're broke. This country is broke. It is. And if you don't even know that, try to get your benefits.
Trump is a person that's for the wealthy. Trump is a person that made sure
That's
that
who I want to be in charge, somebody wealthy.
People that shit on this fucking obviously delusional homeless dude are also usually the same people that fucking defend capitalism. You know what I mean? It's like, bitch, you're closer to that dude than you are to Elon Musk. You know that, right? His position, you are infinitely closer to that dude and his position in the socioeconomic spectrum than you are to fucking Elon Musk or definitely Jeff Bezos. Meanwhile, you're out here fucking getting cucked by capitalism and advocating for it. You look like that.
He was on every show before he became president. Everybody wanted to be in this hotel. Everybody wanted Trump. Right? Till he ran for president. When he ran for president, guess what happened? As soon as he walked in them stairs, it all changed. You know why? Because he said that one word, change the swamp. He wanted to get rid of the swamp.
he didn't get rid of the swamp. He made the swamp worse. Didn't you read the New York Times? All these business
I don't
deals.
listen to the New York Times because it's a lying agency.
No, it isn't.
He's homeless. What do you mean? Did you not read the New York Times? And very likely drunk too. Sometimes you gotta fucking cater your argument around who you're talking to or what the person is advocating for. And there's, by the way, plenty of homeless people that fucking still obviously read. They have phones. Libraries exist. But like, this is not one of those dudes, okay? As soon as you go, Donald Trump is rich and that's why I want him to be in a position of power, then like, it doesn't matter if you have a fucking roof over your head or not. They definitely don't read the New York Times.
My name's Chief.
Hi, Chief.
That's what everybody calls me. But
Nice
I've
to
been
meet
I've been through this stuff a lot. I even come one year like you did. And you believe this, okay? I came to the whole city asking everybody what the 25th was, right? The 25th of December. You know what they said? Not one of them said that Jesus was, it was the birth date of Jesus. Not
Santa
even,
Claus.
not one.
Why would you make a video out of this and even keep the parts where it's very clearly he's just out of his fucking mind?